Hey guys, it's Andrew, and today I'm going to kind of give you guys some tips on how to get camera gear cheaper, because I know for a lot of beginners getting into it, they look at some of the prices and they're like, well, that's just unmanageable, and they kind of look away from the idea of photography itself and the fact that you just start shooting. You don't worry about the gear, just start shooting with whatever you have, a cell phone or whatever, and once you get your start, it'll slowly come. But once you do get your start, a lot of people look at professional cameras, DSLRs, and they look at the price tags and they just can't really justify that. I remember back when I started, I did a lot of research, and that's the key to this whole getting camera gear cheaper thing, doing a lot of research and knowing what you're looking at, knowing the value if you were to resell it so you can upgrade to the next piece, because that's another part of photography gear. It's a lot of reselling, rebuying, kind of building up into the system. Canon, Nikon, Sony, whatever you're in, this applies for any of it. These aren't scams. I'm not telling you to go to this website, download some apps, and you'll get coins for that. This is real stuff that you can do just to get gear cheaper. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is because I just got the Tamron 15-30 f2.8 for Canon. They make it for Nikon as well, and really good lens. Haven't actually used it a whole lot yet. Probably will have a dedicated review on just that if you want to see it. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but how I got this lens. So I know this first way is kind of specific and it's not going on everywhere, but the first way is auction. I got this lens at auction. I have my tag on here, and this lens on the shelf was $1,184, and I got it for $550. So I'm located in Des Moines, Iowa, and the camera shop downtown called HB Leisowitz recently, after I think 120 years, finally closed the doors, and they were having an auction to get everything out. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Shelves, signs, anything that was in the store had to go. They were auctioning bodies. Don't know what some of the prices were on those because I wasn't looking at a body, but there was 1,000 some listings, and they were all kind of grouped together. Lenses, there's a lot of lenses. There's very few bodies, just because they know that going into an auction, things aren't going to sell as well as they could on Craigslist just by themselves. So I'm sure they put most of those things out on Craigslist or eBay, tried to get all the traffic to those before they went into the auction, just kind of whatever else they thought couldn't sell. But the higher dollar things, I'm sure, went on eBay or Craigslist. Now, these auctions do take a long time just because of how many things are in the camera store and how many things they have to get rid of. Tripods, memory cards, bags, just all kind of the unexciting stuff is what takes a really long time. The lenses usually get a lot of bidders. There's usually some good bidding wars going on, but it's just kind of a long day at an auction. Also, if you're unfamiliar about how an auction works, you don't just go in and buy something at a set price. You basically, there's a starting price or whatever, and they will keep raising it as people say that they're in it for that price. And it might start like this lens probably started at 100 or something and just kept going up, and people started dropping out around the 500 range, and I got it right at 550. Like I said, it's kind of uncommon to find an auction of camera gear unless the store is closing or someone just had a lot of it at a house or something that they were auctioning. But to check, just go to a auction, search like auction near me, and it'll come up with their auction businesses, and then you can search their catalog for any photography, camera related auctions. So that's all new stuff at that auction. There's nothing wrong with buying used. In fact, I highly suggest it. You can get some really good deals. I bought my 70D used. I bought my 24-105 f4 used, and I bought my 70-200 used as well. All great lenses, great glass. Can't even tell it's used besides maybe a couple scuffs. No major things though. Just check it out. Make sure you're meeting in a public place, whatever. Craigslist has some great finds on it. Now, those are all things that I've purchased off of Craigslist myself. I've never bought anything off of eBay, but I know there's good stuff out there. I just personally don't like waiting for stuff to come in the mail. If it's on Craigslist, I know I can just go get it, and that's just easier for me. I know that what I see in the picture is what I'm getting because I'm testing it. I'm giving them my cash and I'm going home. It's not me ordering it online, paying money, and then not knowing what I'm getting until it gets there, and sometimes it not being what you ordered. Now, if you're buying on eBay, this goes for anything. Just look at the seller rating, make sure they have a high number of encounters, so like their score is high, and also make sure their percentage is high of high reviews. Now, you can get great deals on eBay, new or used. Craigslist is kind of more so limited to used. Once in a while, people will put up a new advertisement, but most of the time it's used. Now another good way is refurbished. I personally shoot Canon, and I know that Canon's own website has a really good refurbished section. I don't know about Nikon or Sony. I imagine they have something like that. Otherwise, third party do. I know Outerama, I think, has used, I don't know about refurbished. Outerama's a great, credible site. Now, not only can you borrow lenses from Borrow Lenses, but you can also buy used ones that have traveled around the world, going to all these people, borrowing them. I know that they're kind of strict about how their lens comes back, and if it doesn't come back the way they sent it, they have some kind of fee or something, and then they replace that lens. So if you're buying a lens from them used, you know that it's going to be good because they're pretty strict about how their lenses get treated. Now the last way that I'm going to talk about is buying from friends or from Facebook groups in your area of photographers. So if your friends shoot, chances are they're going to look to upgrade at some point, and that's your time to buy whatever they used to use. If they sell it to a friend, they might sell it a little cheaper, so it being used and a friend, you're probably able to get some pretty good deals. Second is Facebook groups. If you search your city photography or city camera club, chances are there's going to be a lot of pages of your city and people in that group of photographers and people that submit their pictures for other people to critique, but also a lot of people are going to post that they have gear for sale. Now I know some Facebook groups are just for submitting photos and you can't sell your gear in them, but most of the camera clubs you're able to. Now those are just some of my favorite ways to get gear cheaper, but I want to hear your guys's, so comment some below and maybe teach me something. Maybe there's something that I'm missing out on, maybe I'm missing some deals. So comment below. Thanks for watching.